In times of the pandemic, we were forced to stay away from our loved ones. We were forbidden to hug or kiss, and our relationships had to be maintained and built up upon media and technology. In this video, we are going to give an insight into how different mediatized relationships were developed during the COVID-19 pandemic based on our own experiences. Firstly, we will define the mediatization of relationships, which can be referred to as the integration of media in the creation and maintenance of relationships. Liquid love by Zygmunt Bauman is a concept which describes the feeling of love in today's world. In today's world, society sees love as something more fluent and there are constantly changing emotions. Relationships are seen as something more temporary and disposable, and they lack the traditional forms of love. So did your perspective on relationship change due to the fact that your relationship was mediatized during the pandemic?
Yeah, I think so. I first had a very traditional perspective on relationships, so I couldn't take online relationships that seriously. But then I met my boyfriend through Snapchat, so it was also during the pandemic, so we could only call and FaceTime and chat. So yeah, we couldn't meet. And while I had a lot of fun forming a connection, it also comes with a lot of insecurities because I didn't know if he was talking to someone else and stuff. So I perceived it as a very disposable connection, but it all worked out. So I think my perspective changed, and I think due to social media you can form good connections.
The Truman Show delusions is a condition in which people feel that they are being filmed and monitored. In the context of communication as social force, it highlights the impacts of media in shaping our perceptions of the reality, which can lead to anxiety or paranoia. This concept also reflects to larger social issues, especially when people are losing their trust in the mainstream media or the government. So they turn into alternative sources of information which fit their belief, even if the belief is unfounded or irrational.
From your experience, do you believe that due to the mediatization during the pandemic, the control of certain institutions increased?
Okay, so the pandemic, I was in 4th grade in secondary, 3-4 months away of finishing that phase of my life. So imagine going from the teacher checking our assignments every day in class, checking if we have done it in our notebooks, to having Google Classroom deadlines at 12 in the night, and you have to deliver that assignment online. And also the school had a system in which they can check our screens while we were doing our exams, so if they know that if we were copying or searching the solutions in internet. So that was increased really the control of teachers over our work.
In the background, you can see our personal experience during the pandemic. We all had experience where our relationships were highly mediatized, whether it was with friends or with our loved ones. The concept of liquid love and the example of Julia is connected to the mediatization of relationships, while the example of Josephine with the Truman Show delusion provides insight into the mediatization of education. Both were a consequence of the pandemic, and therefore we conclude that the pandemic played a significant role in the mediatization of life.